dark days, overwhelmed, trapped in a maze. Small business owner, stress had me in a daze. Every problem piled up, couldn't catch a break. Thought I couldn't make it, my dreams were at stake. But then I found a group that changed my whole perspective. Our success group of a community so effective. We all chasing that dream, sharing struggles and fears. They understood my journey, wiped away my tears. Together we broke through, we rise above. No more feeling stuck, we're fueled by love. Our small business is shining, reaching new heights. With the support of our success group, we're taking flight. The power is strong, the vision so clear. Building our dreams with no more fear. Together we're resilient, unstoppable force. With our success group.
Let's talk some business.
All right, welcome in everybody. Hello, Small Business Rock Stars. A little earlier here on a Saturday. Welcome to Small Business Saturdays Live. We are so glad that you're here because today we're going to dive into gratitude. I've got the Gratitude Master here next to me, and we are almost to Thanksgiving, so thankful November, all that good stuff happening, Kylene.
Yep, I'm excited to be here. We are in Indianapolis live. I'm grateful we're able to be here for Lewis's volleyball tournament. But we're here every week just to bring you practical, real-world strategies to help you take your business to the next level. And so whether you're live with us or catching the replay, you're part of this community, and we all grow and learn and build that connection together. And that's why we're here.
Absolutely. And so if you guys are tuned in, I see we've got Chuck and Darren in with us already this morning. Thank you guys for being here. So good morning from Chuck, and good morning from Darren. And we're also playing with a new little feature over here. Over to the right of us are the rolling comments. So we'll leave those there for a little bit. You guys just pop in here, tell us how you doing. Good mornings, right? Where are you tuning in from? Anything about your business or you, or what gratitude means to you. This is about interacting with you guys here today. So go ahead into the comments, and then I think our 13-year-old's over there, so he can correct me if I'm wrong here. Lou, what do the kids say? It was smash the like button, hit subscribe, something like that. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Good. There you go. So share this with your friends. Let's get some more people in here to talk a little bit about gratitude. It's going to be a little quicker today. We've got to get down and meet up with Lewis and his teammates here pretty quickly, so that's why we started a little earlier. But then the time change got me, and I forgot that 9:30 when I set this up is actually 10:30 here in Indianapolis. Excuse me. Let's see what Chuck's got here for us. He says, "I'm grateful for the cooler weather we have here in Florida." Awesome.
Nice.
That sounds like great. Here we go.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm excited to talk about gratitude today. Our focus is, to make sure you're not working harder, but you're working smarter and staying true to what's most important to you and really having that clarity and the actions that make a difference for you and your business. So take some notes, engage with us. Like Aaron said, we want to hear from you throughout, hear your take on gratitude. We're going to talk about it, but really this is my favorite thing to talk about because I really truly believe it's our superpower. And I'm excited about that.
Yeah, excellent. So where do we start off here today, Kylene?
So I found this poem, and I read this sometimes in my yoga classes just to kind of set the tone of how powerful gratitude can be. And for whatever reason, maybe this poem, for me, it really speaks to me, but hopefully it speaks to you guys as well, because I think it summarizes the power of it. So I'm going to read it real quick here. It's not terribly long. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So, I don't know about you, but have you read that before?
Nope.
Heard me say that one before?
That's the first time. It's another Kylene super secret thing that she... So maybe you can post that in the group a little bit later today.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
that's awesome. And then real quick, you guys, for those of you that are tuned in live right now, help me out. Is the sound okay? I'm going to move our mic up here and see if that helps at all. I think it's a little light, actually. But
Okay.
is that, yeah, just let us know if the sound's okay either way, and I can move it back to where it was. But anyhow, does that get in your way too much?
Nope. I can just,
Okay.
just sit
All
up
right. Well, as I said, we're kind of, we want to cover this in as much depth as we can, but we've got to kind of keep things moving along. So if you guys want to go ahead and pop in the comments there what you are grateful for, we would appreciate you participating here. But this is Kylene's bus, so here's the steering wheel. I'm handing it over. And as you guys know, yeah, awesome. Thanks, Chuck. As you guys know, I'm not very good at doing that, so
We have a
I'll do my
backseat
best.
driver right here.
I'm a side seat driver today, so.
I love it. Well, like we always do, we start with the three pillars, the mindset, fundamentals, and wellness, and kind of how gratitude plays into all of those. So I think we're going to start with mindset, of being in that state of mind, that state of abundance, and truly using gratitude as our superpower. It shifts our mindset to help us focus on positives from difficult situations, and it brings more peace and joy into our life. When we are truly appreciating the things in our life, when we're looking for the good, when we're training, it's that whole attitude of gratitude. You had mentioned the other day, it's like a muscle. You just have to keep building that and training and that muscle, and you're training your mind to go to the good instead of always looking for the problems. And the problems are going to arise, right? It's just part of life. So it's choosing to appreciate the learning, the growth, all of that can transpire as a result. So we're just truly looking at anything we can pull out of our experience, because that's the joy, right? That's life, is it being in the moment. So making it a more enjoyable experience is our choice. We can continue to stay on that negativity and look for the problems and the things that are not going well, or we can look at them as, okay, what can I learn from this? What is this trying to tell me, and how can I build from that and continue to move forward? Do you have anything to say about kind of the mindset part of it?
Trying to be good at allowing you to
Hi,
drive
bud.
the bus here. All right, we'll see you down there in a little bit, buddy. Sorry, our son is heading down to meet up with his team. So, yeah, I think you talked about it being a muscle, and I wanted to hit on that point a little bit, because Kylene will tell you this was not an area of strength of mine, right? Like, let's be honest, let's be authentic here, let's be real. Be honest with people. Tell them my level of gratitude when you first got your hands on me.
Well, I think Aaron did not appreciate things unless he was at the end of when it was accomplished, because he's such a goal seeker and he is such a high achiever that he didn't stop to appreciate the journey. Therefore, he didn't really appreciate any of the value in those everyday things that he now teaches you guys about. Yeah. And so he didn't really show gratitude for things until it was accomplished.
Yeah.
And that drove me crazy, because I was like, you're doing so much good. He's like, but I'm not there yet. I'm like, I know that, but you got to appreciate what you have learned and what you have done.
Yeah. And from that place, it was always a struggle. It was always an uphill battle. 45 years of my life, just always grinding. I wasn't truly happy. And, for the last 5 years, I've been truly happy. And a big part of that was this whole shift in my mindset around gratitude. And it's become a muscle where it really is just it just comes naturally now, it feels like. But I think we're built that way, right? I think over time we lose that, or it's kind of crushed out of us, so to speak, with the different situations and circumstances that happen in our lives, or even in our upbringing. I told a story on Rising Tide Talks about, as a 50-year-old, my 80-year-old father still worries about me. And so worry was a big part of my life growing up. Still is for my dad. We're trying to work on that, right? But anyhow, going back to this whole idea of a muscle, I heard something the other day that I wish I would have learned 5 years ago. It would have been a lot easier to get there. But if you're somebody that struggles a little bit with gratitude, right? Maybe you're just catching this and going, I don't really know, but I don't have anything better to do on a Saturday morning, so I'll listen to these guys for a little bit. If that's you, try this. Just if you're in that moment where you're like, I don't have anything to be thankful for, totally get it, totally understand. Just say out loud, say thank you, and just keep trying to do that as often as you can. Just say thank you, and what you're going to find is that your brain, your subconscious brain, is going to want to figure out what you're talking about, right? So if we're intentional just saying thank you, your brain, your subconscious is going to go, oh, what are we thankful for? I better figure that out, right? And then little things are going to start popping up, and you just keep saying thank you. And I'm not saying like in a passing, hey, thanks for holding the door, that kind of thing. Like literally just in your own space, just stop and say thank you. And let that word wash over you and see what happens. And I was like, wow, that's super powerful. Like I said, I wish I would have had that. I had to kind of claw at it a different direction. And Kylene really helped me with the celebrating was kind of where a lot of my gratitude came from that end. So anyhow, I think from a mindset perspective, what's it going to hurt, right? To just try it, to just do it a little bit more. You talked about the fact that it is our superpower. Again, I was always grinding, upset. I mean, I got to a point you had to take me to a hospital one night. Yeah. And, that came from that space of I had so much worry and concern and, and it nearly killed me, so, and then honestly, it attracts, right? I have way more positive people around me, and the folks that weren't ready to become positive just kind of melted away, right? And not in a negative way, right? I still love them and I'm still friends with some of them, but I just don't spend that much time with them anymore. So
you start to pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with and the energy that they're giving out. So when you're in that state of gratitude, when you're looking for the good and truly appreciating whatever is in front of you and you have, you start to have more positivity in you. Therefore, your vibration raises and you're attracting more of that back to you.
Yeah.
And so when someone comes in with that negative energy, you can feel it right away. And like Aaron said, it doesn't mean that you're not going to talk to them, you're not going to be friendly to them or anything. You just get to choose how much time you want to spend with them.
Yeah.
And go from there. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. I just wanted to, little different setup here, so I got to find the right button. There we go. Good morning, Jerry. Thanks for being here.
Hey, Jerry.
We're just kind of wrapping up the mindset side of gratitude, kind of the why, so to speak. And one other quick thing that I wanted to share with you guys is we get to work on it together, but Kylene is writing a book about gratitude, and we're doing it together. So it's a co-deal, but Kylene's leading the charge here, and she's been getting stories from some of you guys, and if anybody would like to write a story that will end up in this book and you get credit for, please reach out to Kylene, and she's still accepting those, I believe.
Yep, always. I think the more personal stories we can include in this, the more impactful this book will be about gratitude. And you finished most of chapter 1 incorporating the story, and the way it all came together was just magical.
Yeah.
I was really excited about it.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good rough draft of it right now, but we're trying to get to that point where we can get to that first solid draft, and so the chapters are starting to come together. We got the first one done. My goal is before we leave Indianapolis here to have 2 more chapters done together here. So when we're not watching volleyball, we'll be working on the book. So anyhow, where do we head next year, Kylene?
All right, let's go to the practical side of gratitude, with the fundamentals and why and it's important and how we can incorporate this into our life. So when you look at, your business and the people around you that are important to you, when you're appreciating them, your relationship with them is going to be so much stronger, and therefore you have more trust. And what happens with that is you have more return customers, and so it really. We'll talk a little bit about sending a thank you note and just a personalized message, or just checking in on your customers. That's basic good customer service. But if you really take that gratitude spin and go into it with that mindset, your message is going to come across so much more genuine, because you truly are looking for what it is that you appreciate about that relationship you have with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's keep going.
Yep. The other thing is,
But sorry, before
Yeah.
Jerry, we got your question up there. Give us 1 second. We'll get to that in a second. I can't type. I don't have a keyboard in front of me. It's the microphone's in the way. Sorry.
That's all right.
Go ahead. She asked, is there an email to send stories to?
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely. Thank you.
I got us off track. I grabbed the wheel. We're swerving.
Okay, so it helps us with business decisions when we are leading with that attitude of gratitude, when we're leading with that positive energy. When those situations arise, or when opportunities present themselves, guess what? We get to have a more clear mind in finding a solution that's aligned with our values, because we're not being so reactive. We're in that positive state, not that negative state of energy where we're just trying to wipe it away and solve. Instead, we're being intentional with it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good comments. Thank you guys for jumping in there. Before I get back to it here, Julie says, good morning. Great to see you both. Sorry I'm late. No problem, Julie. Great to have you here. You're never late. You're exactly on time.
Yep.
And so perfect. Love it. Jerry says, had not thought about thank you notes in that way. Excellent point. Yeah, I agree. I love that you bring up this point, Kylene, about it, the marketing side of it and whatnot, right? Like, not only does it come from a mindset side, it makes us feel better and all that other stuff, it's also just good marketing, right? Like, just to say thank you in a authentic, unique, fun, exciting way to your customers, right? These are the people that are supporting your business. So why would you not lean into that gratitude a little bit more? And so thank you notes, right, I think are fantastic. You mentioned the other two there, right? And then, another way that just sorry, my brain's got about 27 thoughts going on at the same time here, because I get excited about this part of it. Here's the reality. If you'll go and look, once you've kind of got your business and you're doing some business, you're going to find that 80% of all of your income, business, comes from 20% of your customers, right? So if you take, and let's say your top 10 customers, and I'm not worried about like a generic thank you card or any of that stuff. Like, all those things that you mentioned are really cool. But what if you took it to another level and you took those top 10 customers, only 10, right? And you go, and hopefully, because they're one of your top customers, you probably know a little bit about them anyhow, but you go and you dig deeper, right? And just learn whatever you can about them, stalk their Facebook page, whatever, and truly deeply show them how grateful you are because you actually went and learned about them and did something meaningful for them. You're going to solidify that customer's probably already in good standing, but guess what? We all make mistakes from time to time. And when you make a mistake, after you've given them this focus of gratitude, it doesn't matter. They're going to let it go. They're not going to, what I call break, when you break the chain, you give your customers a reason to go elsewhere. Sometimes you just do those things unintentionally and without knowing, and they're going to say, hey, that doesn't work for me, but I love doing business with you. I appreciate how thoughtful you were in that gratitude that you expressed to me, whatever. And they're going to go, so can we work on changing that? I want to keep doing business with you. So yeah. I think just good marketing, right? Like, and then I don't know if we need to talk any more about number 3 there or not, but
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So any other practical applications that you guys can think of just utilizing gratitude in your business? I mean, heck, in our lives, obviously, it's pretty straightforward. Like, from a practical application of this, again, I think for me, it's a lot easier for me to see because, see, Kylene is just naturally a rock star at it, right? Like she's like the Michael Jordan of gratitude, right? She's like the goat of gratitude in my
It's a lot of
opinion.
pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, right? But it comes naturally to her, right? So it's hard for her to kind of sometimes see all the practical side of it. For me, it wasn't, right? I was like the little leaguer that couldn't make it into the big leagues until I got some coaching. And you're exactly right, Jerry. Just being genuine,
Yep.
right? And I think that's where I struggled at first was I was forcing it probably, but once I kind of let go of that, so
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When you're forcing it, your message is already kind of lost its meaning, and
Yeah.
it lost that authenticity for that. So truly come at it and look at it as an opportunity, like a get to versus your have tos.
Yep.
Because this is the future of your business, so you have to nurture those relationships to keep moving forward, or
Yeah.
you're gonna have to keep looking for new customers, and that takes a lot of energy
Yeah.
as well.
So just kind of going real quick back to the practical side of this though, and getting specific is think about a situation where maybe something didn't go well, right? I'm going to use something in our lives that happens just as a quick way to illustrate this, but maybe it's something in your business. But in our lives, let's say you got cut off in traffic, right? If you have this ability, this kind of attitude of gratitude, so to speak, you're going to have a completely different reaction to that situation, right? Like I found that, man, I'm grateful that we're okay,
Yep.
right? I'm grateful that we didn't have an accident. Like coming from that, I'm grateful that I was paying attention, right? I'm
Great.
because most of the time the person on the other side, they're like, I'm sorry, right? Like so, but and then you can start going, man, I hope that they're okay, right? And just this, it totally changes the way you go about it, right? So the same thing happens in your business, right? Maybe you end up dealing with a customer that wasn't your favorite, right? But if you can find the gratitude in it, man, I'm just grateful that they gave it a try. You're gonna now when you go to interact with them, it's going to be a lot easier to send them to somebody else, right? Because you're not just frustrated and want to get rid of them. You're going to have that area of gratitude. So,
Yep.
and Jerry says, Kylene, let me just popped. I know you can't see it real easily. Says talking about being genuine, and that has taken much time and practice. As funny as that sounds, I doesn't to
Yeah.
me, Jerry, it doesn't sound funny at all because I'm right there with you. I mean, again, I've had the Michael Jordan of gratitude guiding me here for a while. A lot of pressure again, but it's still, and the genuine part maybe because it's still not natural, right? And so I do have to kind of get into it, right? And then, but then it does kind of get to the genuine. Okay, we lost sound. All right. Okay, well, it still looks like it's happening on this side. So we'll.
Okay.
Is anybody else lost sound? Or are we good to keep going? Oh. None. Huh. Okay. If anybody else is tuned in right now, let us know if we've lost the sound here. It looks like it's still working on this end, but I guess I could plug in a. All right. Yeah. So if anybody else is tuned in right now, maybe Julie, Chuck, Darren, if you guys are there, let us know if you're hearing this or not. I'm not grateful for no sound. No, nor are we.
It's still moving
Yeah.
on the thing.
Yep. Okay, Julie hears us. You're good here, Chuck says. Okay. We're
Okay.
going to keep. Shoot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jerry. Good now. Okay. All right.
Okay,
Well,
perfect.
let's keep going. Thank you for letting us know. Okay. Well, let's talk about the next thing. Or you got anything else to add there?
I was
Sorry.
just going to say, if anyone has had an experience where you saw gratitude in play in your business or someone that appreciated you, share that story, because we all can get different ideas and just understand the power of it. So now we're on the wellness pillar.
Real quick, I just saw Cheryl Bellers here. I haven't seen Cheryl in a little bit. So Cheryl, hopefully you're doing good. Looking forward to catching up with you at some point here. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. I can't see it, so.
I know.
All right.
That's
so
why I did that.
Thank you. I'm learning.
Little hand signals down here. You guys
Yeah.
can't see it. I'm like, hey, stop.
I love it. Okay, so the wellness pillar. So this is, when we look at wellness, we're not thinking of it like your physical wellness, so that's part of it, but it's looking at looking at you holistically in all the different areas of your life, and really trying to create some harmony there. And so gratitude has a really huge impact on our stress level. Gratitude, and when you practice it and you really get into that habit of looking for the good, our stress decreases and our overall well-being increases, and therefore it helps us get through those busy times in our business, in our life. We all know how we respond to stress, and we all know how it makes us feel. Now, some stress it's okay to have some stress. That's not a bad thing. It's just staying in that high state of stress for long periods of time. That's when that negative impact happens on our body and our mind. And so gratitude is so important because it reduces that. Okay, now you're doing more hand signals.
I just wanted to add something there.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. You can do hand signals too.
I didn't know what that one meant.
Don't show them the one that you want to show. No. So, just when we talk about this, so as you mentioned, right, a little bit of stress is okay, by the way. I don't want people to think that, because actually stress is kind of like our natural performance enhancing drug.
Yep.
It's a legal performance enhancing drug, right? But the problem is, like you said, that constant state of stress is what's a problem. Because, okay, we get that boost, but when we stay in that boost, then it starts to deteriorate our health. And so gratitude is a fantastic way to bring that back down, right? And you're going to have those situations, right? If you're somebody that gets busy during the holiday season, heck, even if you're not somebody that your business is super busy, holidays in general can be a little bit stressful. We're heading to visit some family, and I'm already feeling a little stressed about it, right? I'm bringing it with me, unfortunately. So I've got to understand it. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful that we get to go visit and do those things. And it helps me, quickly kind of convert and get out of some of those things. So anyhow.
Yep. Thanks for sharing that. That's
Yeah.
important. And then we all have maybe some gratitude practices that we use currently. So if anyone's listening that has like a practice that they're using and you want to share, please share with us. Some things that we can do, and some things that you and I have done is, journaling has really helped. Celebrating those wins at the end of the day. Finding that spiritual connection, whatever that is, and connecting that in your life. Finding that, like I said, that harmony between those different areas of your life, it really creates that healthy balance. The other thing is, I teach yoga, and yoga for me is that's like another super tool. I'm going to call it a super tool.
A super tool.
Because I'm able to.
Is that like a label?
Hey.
Sorry.
Now you have to share it.
No, we need to keep going. Wait. I'll share in a second.
But yoga, it allows me, so this could be for you if yoga's not your thing. Maybe it's just going for a walk out in nature, or standing in nature, or being somewhere where you are moving your body and creating that positive energy naturally. But then also while you're there, you have the moment to calm your mind. Just kind of let go of everything and just be okay with whatever shows up. That's a really hard thing to do, but it's so powerful to allow us to get reconnected with ourselves. And gratitude is just that little jump start to get you there. So if you're starting your walk, maybe you start with thank you for allowing me to walk today. Thank you for living in this area that has a nice sidewalk or a trail that I can be on, or whatever it might be. Finding that.
Yeah. And I think one thing that, I want to make sure that, again, from my learning, from my experience being somebody that has had to really cultivate this, it doesn't come as naturally to me. It is about the feeling, right? And so yes, sometimes we got to start with that. Just saying thankful and let your subconscious kind of catch up to you.
Yeah.
But it's not about the saying, right? It's about the feeling, or that kind of vibration, so to speak, that is really what this is all about. And so going back to what Jerry had talked about earlier with that kind of being authentic about it, right? And for some of us, it is a something that we have to practice and that we have to get better at, and put in our 10,000 hours, so to speak. But like you said, just like we've got this little trail behind our house, and there's these two little bridges over these beautiful creeks, and I can just stand on that bridge and go, wow, I am so grateful for this nature. We're in the middle of a little community, so it just happens to be a little oasis out there, and really good stuff. Can I share? I want to share Cheryl's comment here. She says, I had to really work hard on gratitude this week. Had a $6,000 sales week. Yeah, I don't have my pom-poms with, but I should have brought those, darn. A car accident, yikes. Took my mom to the ER for cardiac stress and worked my full-time job. Sometimes it's a lot, but I am so grateful for everything in my life. My mom, my business, my 9-to-5 job, and that I got a rental car. Keeping it all in perspective. I think that's huge. Maybe you could talk about the perspective side of it real quick.
That is huge. So that right there, you just realize that all of this is not happening to you and staying in that negative headspace. You have chosen to look for the things that happened as a result. Like, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? What can I appreciate, and still continue to look for the good instead of all the poor me, because that is a tough week. That is an emotional roller coaster week for sure.
Yeah.
And so just having that awareness and taking the time to reflect on that, I think that's huge. And so great job doing that.
Definitely. And I think you're right, though. It is about that. What can you learn? What are the learning opportunities? Gratitude really helps you find those learning opportunities, right? Like, I had I guess probably a little bit of a crummy day yesterday. I got turned down quite a bit yesterday. I was putting offers out there, and had some people that I really thought were going to be, going to work out. Had some creative things happen, and I was like, man, what's going on, right? And so, what helped was I stopped and I said, okay. I said, God, I'm grateful for this opportunity. What are you trying to teach me, right? And I found a lot in that, right? And so, heck, even our trip last night, we drove over late last night here in Indianapolis. It was a kind of a weird dark outside. There was a ton of big long haul truckers out there that weren't really seeming to be paying attention. I guess there was a lot of wind, and so they were kind of all over the place. And then it started spitting a little bit of rain. Right, and it had all the makings of like a terrible. I was a little bit stressed, because I'm driving with two precious cargoes in there. But you know what? Kylene normally does fall asleep in the car, and she stayed up for me and helped me, and we were able to have lots of great conversations. And so finding that gratitude in that, I think, has been very, very powerful in that. Can I get a couple more comments, and then we can kind of
definitely.
Okay. So Jerry says, meditation has helped me in a way I never anticipated, and elevated my thankfulness awareness. Oh, that is so good. So
That's
good.
it.
So there you go. Guys, learn from Jerry there. Because, again, meditation was one of those things where I'm like, yeah, that's for somebody else. That's not me, right? But it is that just letting go of all the thoughts. It's not having any thoughts. It's like letting your thoughts be traffic on a street out in front of you. They come, they go. You don't judge. You just don't even really kind of another car passing by, another thought passing by.
Yeah, and it's hard for people, especially someone like you. Your brain is constantly on fire, but it's something that you give yourself grace as you start this practice, and you just start focusing on your breath, like truly just focusing on your breath. that allows your mind just to slowly calm down a little bit. And so if this is something that's been hard for you, because meditation is super powerful, but for some people it is hard.
It's really hard.
Just know that it's not something that just you get it. Maybe you're lucky and it does, but just focus on your breath, and maybe it's just for a couple minutes at a time.
Yeah. And another part about the breath that we might not think about, the breath is also a great way to kind of take back control of our subconscious, of our thoughts, because that our breath is something that we do naturally, right? We have to, otherwise we can't live. But when you intentionally slow down your breath, that signals your subconscious that your conscious is ready to take back control of kind of more of the
intentional.
Yeah, being intentional.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's see here. We've got a couple other great comments in here. So Jerry says, congrats, Cheryl, on getting through your week safely. Glad that you are here. Amen. And Julie says, hello, Jerry. So I like to put the comments up because I think we are most of us on YouTube, but we got a few people on Facebook, and you guys don't always see each other's comments. I guess you can see them over on the right side on this view.
Cool. Yeah.
It's kind of cool. But Darren says, it's been a rough one for me this week, but I'm trying. Woke up Sunday to AFib, continued, went to the cardiologist Wednesday, and they're going to shock me Thursday. Pretty sure a friend is trying. Okay. All right. Well,
lots of positive thoughts your way.
Yep, for sure, Darren. And we are super grateful that you are here and taking this moment to be with us. And then, here's continues on. A friend is trying to get with my girlfriend, but I'm thankful they didn't have to shock me Thursday. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, again, we're super grateful that you're here, Darren. And honestly, Darren, I know I've had an opportunity to get to know you better than Kylene hasn't been at those shows, and you and I've had a chance to just sit down, and I'm just grateful to know you and to have you as a friend. So thank you, sir.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I think that's huge. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Cheryl says, meditation is so helpful. Each morning I begin my day in meditation and prayer. I give God my glory for success in every part of the day, good and the bad. Amen to that, Cheryl. That's so powerful. I might jump up and grab my little prayer that I start my day with, if you don't mind, in a second. But I want to get to Jerry's comment here. And Darren. Jerry says, thought meditation was too bungee. Glad I tried it with the help of several apps. I love that. Mm-hmm. And she appreciated my analogy about the passing cars too. I love that. Thank you. And then Darren says, Doc says my pulse was 140, so I'd basically been running a marathon for 4 days. So I took at the plus side and asked the docs if that counts for cardio. There you go. I love it. Darren, that was, I think, about where I was at when you took me to the emergency room.
Well, yours was your blood pressure. It wasn't necessarily your heart.
Oh, it wasn't? I thought my heart rate was way up too.
It probably was. Okay. It all goes together. So,
yeah. Okay. Well, Darren, for me, that was a wake-up call that I needed to change some things. And so meditation, breathing, I drink hibiscus tea every day because I did have high blood pressure. I don't know if that's what it is for you, but the hibiscus tea has been really helpful for me as well. And maybe it's just my brain, but I'm going to keep doing it. So, all right. So Darren says, that sounds scary. Glad you're here and you're better. Oh, bougie. I said bungy.
I was wondering about that, but I just let it go.
Sorry. We're sitting here in a hotel room, and
it's a LaBelle.
So I do have to tell you guys quickly the LaBelle story. So our family, we're clearly very silly, right? We like to be a little bit silly.
And we can laugh at ourselves.
We do like a little self-deprecation from now and again. And so we have this thing where sometimes we mess up words a little bit, just like bougie. And so our son, I think, is really where this started. You want to tell the Mazda story?
Yeah, we were on a walk, and Lou's like, look at that fancy car. It's a Mazda. And I just looked at him, a Mazda, huh? And it was just a Mazda, obviously. So now every fancy car we see, ooh, look at that Mazda.
Look at that Mazda. So anyhow.
We add our own take to words.
Yes, we do add our own take. So
Yeah.
another one of these happened this morning. On the back of our son's volleyball jersey is one of the sponsors of the clubs. I can't remember what the first name of the company was, but it's a label company. And Kylene was trying to read it, and she said, like, Anderson Labelle. What's Labelle?
I thought because it was a name, I just have to justify it real quick.
You don't, but
I know. Anyway, I thought it was a name, so I was like trying to make it fancy.
Yeah. All right. Well,
So that's where our brains take us
Yeah,
sometimes
again,
here.
look-
Welcome to the Montgomery family, everyone.
we're grateful for the opportunity to
Yeah.
have some fun, and we're grateful that you guys sit and listen to our silly stories.
Yeah.
Oh, so Jerry I did read it right, but yeah, we did that one together, Jerry. So high five. All right.
funny.
So how do we? Oh, here we go, Julie. Thank you. Oh, come on. There, got to get the mouse over there. So meditation is difficult. I choose to journal. That's awesome. Yep. And everybody's going to be different. So I think that's a really good point, Julie. Thanks for sharing. I'm grateful to my God as well. I am so happy to hear Darren is feeling better. Congratulations to Cheryl for the sales.
Yeah.
Cheryl sales this week for sure.
That's awesome.
What, you guys are an amazing community, by
Yeah.
the way. Just FYI. All right, you want to start kind of close this out? I'm going to go grab my...
Yeah, yep. So just remember, we can use gratitude in so many different ways in our life, and it's just truly, strengthening that muscle and just getting into that habit. And it sounds like all of you that are joining us get it. And so I'm so glad that you guys joined this conversation with us, shared your story and your wins and your challenges and ways we can continue to move forward, because when we do it, it has that ripple effect to those that are around us, and then it starts impacting their life in a more positive way. So therefore there is more positivity, there is more joy, there is more growth in all those relationships that we have. Did you want to share your
I will. Keep
okay.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm ready.
Oh, you're good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Mazdia, that's great. Yeah, Jerry. Okay. So, yeah, I told you I wanted to kind of share we were talking about meditation, starting our day and stuff like that. So this is a little bit of the prayer that I use. And so here's wherever you're at, right? You don't have to, we're not trying to shove anything down your throat or anything like that. Just wherever you're at is totally fine. So you can replace what words you need to. It's about the feeling and the idea here. So this is what it is for me, and I think you. So I always start my day with, help me have days that share my gifts with others when I'm serving your will. Help me open and close my day with the awakened spirit. Help me remove what is not serving me and others. Help me sustain my purpose through our success group and my daily interactions. Remind me to praise you and the wholeness of the universe you've created in wins and challenges. That was the part that I really wanted to bring up, Cheryl, when you were talking about how we can find the wins in there. So, sorry, I got off track. Remind me to let go of worldly scripts and become unlimited through your will. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. So.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
Darren sharing a little bit about his story here. Mine started a couple days after a fire a few years ago. So as you know, I just try to be mellow. Was the fragile, Mazdia, fragile. I love it. Darren.
That's good. Yeah.
Very powerful. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, you're welcome, Cheryl, and thank you, Julie, and you guys are amazing. Again, we're just grateful to be around people like you. Like we said earlier, when you start interacting in this way, again, the folks that weren't quite ready for it, totally fine. Still love them, still friends. I find that we're more surrounded by people like you guys, that these types of things are powerful for them. And so we don't have to do anything, right? I didn't have to go change anything. I didn't have to tell people I'm not hanging out with you anymore or anything like that. We just had to start doing it ourselves. I had to start showing up with more gratitude, and it just worked. So,
Yep.
all right. Well, I'm going to do one more. We're going to try this because we got some folks tuned in here. Julie says, I need this community. I'm grateful for you all. Yeah, Jerry, happy to send you a copy of that. And you had asked earlier about where to send if you've got a gratitude story that you would like to have us include in the book. If you'll send that to Kylene at, you want Montco or?
Right. Yeah.
Kylene at riseshinesmile.com. You can always send it to me as well, Aaron at oursuccessgroup.com. But Jerry, I'll send you an email today with that prayer. And anybody else that wants it, just reach out to me. I can get you a copy of that. Obviously, you'll want to update it to change it to put, our success group doesn't necessarily need to be what you're showing up in, but love it. So, okay. So with that though, I do want to see what you guys want to talk about. Now, this says next week's topic, but next week is I don't know, I call it the big Small Business Saturday. The whole point of starting this show, however many years ago I did that, was I wanted small business to be highlighted every Saturday, not just once a year, but the once a year is next Saturday. And so we're going to be up in Minnesota, but we've worked it out. So hopefully all the internets work up there. And we want to I'm still working on exactly what we're going to do, but we want to make it a really special show. And so it'll be back at our normal time at noon. So hopefully all of you guys that were able to make it earlier can join us a little bit later in the day at noon Central Time next Saturday. And so that'll be next week. But the week after that, we've got 3 different topics that we could bring you. So if you want to put a hashtag in the comments, I love it, Jerry. It says, nope, I'm using OSG. If you want to put a hashtag in the comments with hashtag energy, hashtag MKT, or hashtag time, we'll get to all these topics, but what do you want to have next? So 2 weeks from now, do you want us to talk about tips to gain more energy? You want to talk about finding more business? How can we find new customers? Or do more business with our existing customers? We'll probably hit both of those things in that show. And then tips to get your time back. Just a spoiler alert, it's not time management problem, it's a priority management problem. So we've got some unique ways that will allow us to better manage our time, get your time back. So if you guys want to do that for us real quick here while we're closing up. And everything good here? Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Our son is texting us, so we're just got a few things happening here. But there we go. Cool. Thank you, Julie. So you guys, amazing rock stars, all of you. And even if you weren't in the comments today and you just tuned in, or maybe you're catching the replay later, you guys are incredible and amazing, and we appreciate you so much. Please go out there, just try it, right? Like, I wish that I had tried it earlier, and I didn't. I thought I was too cool for school, as we tell our son sometimes. Right? It was too bougie.
Nice.
So just put it into action, and there's no better time to start than right now. So we are grateful for you guys, and if you want to get even more support, if you want to continue this conversation, not just on Saturdays, make sure that you get over and not only are in the Facebook group, but make sure that you are also commenting in there. You're starting the conversation, right? I don't need to be the one starting the conversation all the time. Kylene is starting to put some more stuff in there. So you guys can too, osg.link/group. There's nothing off limits. We don't just have to talk about mindset stuff, right? That's what I'm going to lean towards. But you know what? You got a printer problem. You need to know where to find a blank, something going on in your business, CRM question. It doesn't matter. It's a group for business owners to work together to find solutions. So check us out over there at osg.link/group. And
Yeah. Like Aaron said, we're just so grateful for you guys joining us here. Most Saturdays at noon, but this Saturday earlier. And thank you guys so much for the comments and just sharing your take on gratitude. We will be back next week, and Aaron's got the poll going to see.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks, yes.
Looks like time is winning.
Time? Okay.
But if you guys want to put that in there, still you can still comment. And we'll keep comments even if you're catching the replay version of this here.
Yep.
So
Yep.
so far 2 to 0s for time. So I love it. Can't wait.
Awesome.
All right.
Yep. And again, just join us in that Facebook group. It is a really cool community over there of lots of growth-minded people just wanting to help and support each other.
Yeah, love it. And don't forget, a rising tide does lift all boats. We're here to lift each other up every single week. In fact, twice a week, because we get to do Rising Tide Talks on Wednesday nights with Becky. So you guys keep showing up. We appreciate you. And invite your friends. The more the merrier.
Yep. And just remember, small changes do lead to big outcomes, and positive energy is so powerful, and gratitude is your superpower. So embrace it, and let's keep building amazing things together. So we'll see you guys next week on Small
Bye,
Business
everybody.
Saturday.
Have a good one.
Dark days overwhelmed, trapped in a maze. Small business owner, stress had me in a daze. Every problem piled up, couldn't catch a break. Thought I couldn't make